Smeal.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Everybody was sharing stories. Oh, what did you dress up? Oh,
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't even need to know the person, but you were excited to see costumes.
Now, here's the thing, though. Where I lived when I was a kid, also in Ozone Park, you had a lot of teenagers that were nuts, and so I'll never forget this moment where it's dark out, it's night, where it's raining, we're trying to we're still trick or treating, and all of a sudden down the block is like this group of kids coming, they're covered in shaving cream and whatever, and I'm like, oh no,
That
right?
stage. That's a whole other stage of Halloween.
We'll get to that. But one of the kids threw an egg at us. Now we're two little kids, me and my brother and my dad.
Your dad's there.
Yeah, I'll never forget this. The egg comes, my dad catches it, literally caught it, but cradled it so it didn't break.
He's like that shit.
He neoed the egg.
He neoed it.
And then this adult man
Yes.
threw the egg back.
Amazing.
And I'm like, what is happening?
I needed that story. That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So trick or treating.
What is he gonna do? Not throw it back? Yo, they threw it at his kid. He just neoed that shit, took a bullet for you guys, and fucking chucked it back to these stupid teenagers.
Yeah. I mean, that was
trying to ruin Halloween.
That's one of my last memories, I think, of real trick-or-treating. After that, it's just like ironic trick-or-treating or whatever. I mean, I definitely trick-or-treated when I got to Long Island, I guess, but I don't really remember it too much.
So it's funny you say it. So I remember my costumes, and only because I have a lot of them. My favorite, I remember being Dracula a couple times, but
oh my god, that's amazing.
I do remember. I guess I kind of remember trick-or-treating. I don't remember much of that. But I remember the day I didn't want to trick-or-treat anymore. The year where it was you're too there, because there's a stage where you feel you're not, but you feel you're too old to trick-or-treat.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the age. So it's funny because then people make fun of you, right? And they're like, aren't you too old? And then that turns you into the kid who gets the shaving cream and sweatshirts, and everybody's just wearing dark sweatshirts, and everybody. Why is this a thing?
I don't think it's a thing that much anymore.
I don't think it is either, but I wonder why it became a thing. Because the funny thing is this: parents knew about it, right? And they were like, and what I'm going to say the word. They called it bombing. I don't know why. But you'd be like, oh, we're going to go do that. And then it's like, are you going to just do that to each other? Yeah. Not houses and other people's houses and other people that aren't involved. No. But some houses got it, right?
Oh.
So,
yeah.
The greatest thing is that my mother and neighbors, I was friends with Billy. So we knew we were getting eggs and shaving cream in which we melted the cap with a pin. To make it stronger, to get each other with shaving cream and eggs. Because we were too old to trick or treat, so we were so freaking bored that
we had to vandalize shit.
We had to vandalize each other and at least one person's house.
Dude, it is so weird to say that how much Halloween was just the crime holiday when I was a kid. That's how I remember it, as one of the scarier holidays. It actually was scary. Now I don't know. It was it
was like a mini Purge. It was like if Purge was a PG movie.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Because when you went out as a teenager with your eggs or your shaving cream, or say you had the parents who really didn't care about your safety out there trying to defend yourself and just gave you silly string. This is that's not doing anything.
The silly string was terrible. That silly string was so stupid to give to somebody. But the funny thing is that you say that is that it almost became a night of warriors. Warriors come out and play. You knew, if you didn't get along with people in school,
you're done.
Or you were younger. So you were too old to trick or treat, but not old enough to be in the crew that had more people, you were like ready to be attacked by these people.
I remember in high school and middle school.
If you like this podcast and you enjoy what you're hearing, subscribe to the podcast. You can go right to the website, nostalgiatest.com, hit subscribe. You can subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast.